Oh, excuse me. So, we are back. Let me just go into that picture to start off with. Okay, we are back, and the party are currently having trouble on the tubes. They've wiped out a whole load of gang members and formed a nice blood puddle around here. They've dispatched a rather large troll and created another blood puddle on the tube. And now they've moved to the only carriage that has no blood in it at the moment. Yes, yet. And Studley has just noticed that the last station that they went by was not lit up for some unknown reason. Okay, guys.
Studley's actually going to say that he's going to go, that was strange. It seems like the last station that we went had suffered some type of power cut.
That's interesting. Do we know if there were any power cuts in Northside?
No, I don't know.
Anybody going to save the electric bill?
Because it could either be a power cut or it could have been where the troll came from.
From the station.
From the station that had the power lights cut out, yeah. Because he came out the front of the train whilst we were stopped when we stopped. So that would be the near. I don't know if you please let me know if there's a roll that I can make for this, but I don't know what it would be. But that would be the nearest station to where we stopped, wouldn't it?
Where you stopped, sorry. No, it wouldn't have been. One of the lit ones would have been. Because you've passed that. You've been passing quite a lot of stations. It's just that Studley suddenly recognised that the last one was actually not lit.
Okay, I didn't realise we'd passed other stations since.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't know then. Perhaps it was just a power cut.
He's going to call Olympus and he wants to get in touch with Athena.
Yeah, she's online.
He's going to say, Athena, are you still in the tube system cameras?
Yeah, she's hiding behind a baggage cart within the host at the moment, hidden.
We seem to be experiencing some anomalies. It seems that the actual platform lights are off when they should be on. Are you able to check to see whether or not there's anybody else in the system who might be manipulating the lights? And also, there was also a signal stop several minutes back. Which seemed weird because we were mid-tunnel late at night, which you wouldn't normally expect to
early morning
experience that type of early morning, and you wouldn't normally experience that type of thing. Is it possible to check to see whether or not this was done on purpose?
She says, yeah. She says, Roger. And as soon as you finish talking, Studley, the whole carriage, the whole tube seems to slam to a halt. It's almost as if it was going full speed to nothing in a matter of seconds. You know what you need to roll, Studley.
Oh, gymnastics. Have I got the modifier or not?
Are you by a pole? Yes, you are.
Oh, I am. So I do have the
plus one.
2.
Yeah.
Was it plus 1 or plus 2?
Plus 2, sorry, yeah.
Not this time, Stubbs.
Yeah, so all of a sudden you sort of like get knocked down here and you fall prone on the floor. And the first thing that you notice, everybody, is that all the lights on the tube just sort of like go flicker, 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 flicker and go out. you need to engage with your thermal targeting now, your thermal eyes, etc., etc. So I think everybody's got some form of thermal imagery or low light. Yeah,
Low light, yeah.
yeah. So
Yes, I have low light.
so it sort of like clicks in, and you notice that the guy further down the train is got up and is walking towards you. If you remember, Studley, you knew that he had cyber eyes, and you figured that they are probably low light as well, and kicked in as well. And he gets to this point, and he sort of like looks over to you, and he says, "You gotta help me. You gotta help me. I'll pay you. I'll pay you."
Studley wants to get up,
Yeah, cool.
and he wants to say, I suggest you take cover behind one of these seats. I believe there's some people after you. They've already sent one person in, a rather large troll gentleman, heavily armored. What exactly are you carrying?
Studley, as you get to that point, exactly that point, a little bit further back, just where you were before, you suddenly notice that you bash up against something, and there appears to be stretched across the barrier here, some kind of physical barrier. And it's just now that you've hit it, it's sort of like shimmered into existence. And the guy on the opposite side seems to be oblivious to it. And he says to you, "I'm carrying data chips. I can pay you all. I can pay you all. You just need to get me to Eastside. You just need to get me to Eastside."
Okay.
Hex is going to say, probably won't have much choice, like last time.
How powerful is this barrier? Can I tell?
You can sense it if you wish.
Yeah, so Studley wants... He didn't see this man casting any type of spell, did he?
You didn't notice anything.
Right. Okay, so Studley's going to switch his perception, and he's going to sense it, but he also wants to see whether or not that... Well, no, because it would have shown that he was actively magic when he sensed him before, wouldn't it?
It would have done, correct.
So he wants to see how powerful this...
Yeah, you figure it's probably a rating. It's obviously a 4/6 physical barrier spell.
Okay.
Looking
Looking around, can you see anybody else in the carriage?
No.
Okay.
Billy Bob wants to get up and look through the door, see if he can see anyone coming down the carriages.
Yes, you certainly can. I will put them on.
Oh, what is that?
So they're in the next carriage, and they're moving quite confidently down the carriageway. They appear to have Ares predators out and drawn already, and they're just sort of like moving down with their guns out ahead. You can see that there's a glint of cyberware in their eyes, and we are going to go straight into initiative, please.
Billy Bob's gonna shout out, "Get ready, boys!" Oh, crap. Oh, it worked.
Okay.
Character about to get a whole lot bloodier.
Okay, Billy Bob, you're up.
He's gonna charge through. He's gonna go through. So he's gonna come at them. Handblade drawn.
Okay, so you'll need to move to the door. You'll then have to take your complex action to open the door.
Right.
So you'll end up, and then you can move again.
So it'd probably end up about there. Would he? I don't know.
Well, what's your movement?
Walking 10. So where was he? He was here. Oh. 5. 10.
Yeah, so you'll end up there. Cool. Hector, you're up.
Okay. Hector is going to. Hector's going to draw his pistol this time as a simple action. He's then going to move to this part here because I'm assuming that Billy Bob didn't close the door behind him, and he's going to take cover.
Cool. Okay then, and my turn to go. Okay, so these are coming at you. The Ares Predator is firing at you, Billy Bob. So this is the first shot that's coming to you. So you dodge away.
Right. Do I get a +1 because of the wound? Oh no, I ain't got a.
Just roll it normally.
You haven't got a wind modifier at all, Billy Bob.
Yeah, so as you come through the doorway, they start releasing shots, and the first one misses you. You need to roll the second one, but you're at -2.
-1. Oh, -2.
Oh, sorry, I always get this wrong. Is it -1 or -2? I always think it's minus.
It's -2.
Yeah, -2.
That's what you said last week.
Yeah,
So.
-2 then.
-2. 2 successes.
Yeah, and as you walk, these two guys, as they're moving as well, release these shots, and they sort of like bounce off the doors. Studley, you're up.
And Studley's first thing is he wants to shout out "Mage," just like that, and then he wants to see whether or not he can try to dispel. I don't know whether or not dispelling is even a thing. Whether or not he can get through this barrier.
Okay, so what do you actually want to do? Tell me what you want to do. It's a physical barrier, so it's got through just like a wall. So you have to sort of like overcome its structure and armor, and then if you do enough damage to overcome its structure, then you can get through it. But if it actually refreshes itself at the beginning of every combat round.
Right. Okay.
So you would have to do enough physical damage to actually get through it. So you would have to roll physical damage. I would roll my structure and my armor to resist it. And then you need to do enough damage to overcome the structure. And then that would give a hull. And then you've got a limited amount of time to get through it. And if you don't, at the start of the next combat round, not initiative pass, combat round, it will redo itself and remesh itself up.
Right. Okay. Studley's going to do two things. The first thing he's going to do is he's going to start backing off and take cover behind these seats, and as he does that, he's going to use a simple action to call forth Mother, his spirit.
Okay, yeah. So you
So his spirit of man. He's going to use a simple action to call her forth, and then he's going to use a simple action.
Do we have an icon for that?
I think you used Miko last time, to be honest.
Oh, did I? Oh, cool.
You did, yeah.
Because it's a little old lady who appears.
Oh, yes, I remember now. Yeah, got you. Let me just go into my library then and pick up Miko. if I can find her, because she's quite a while down. Here she is. So she will appear at the in front of you. There she
And
is.
he's going to then instruct Mother to assist him.
Is that a simple action?
It is.
You don't have enough. Simple action to take cover. Simple action to call forth your spirit.
Oh right, sorry. In which case, I didn't know I was taking cover. I'll stay out in the open. Oh no, I'll take cover. I wasn't using that as a take cover. I was just moving there. But right, that's okay.
Yeah. Okay then.
I'm instructor.
So that's it. Just Studley, make a perception roll for me, please.
I know where they're coming. 2.
2. You notice the door at the back
Yeah.
of the carriage opening up. Okay, adjust initiative, please, guys. Billy Bob, you're up.
Muted Billy Bob.
I know. Did I draw my handblade? I can't remember.
No.
No. Okay, so he's going to draw his handblade and
Simple action.
yeah, charge this one.
Cool. Hector, you're up.
Has Hector noticed the door at the back opening or not?
No, because you're actually looking the other way.
Okay. Hector is going. So when Studley shouted mage,
Yep.
Hector is. So at the moment he's facing the door, sort of like leaning that way, but
Correct.
he's going to turn to Studley and say, "Where?"
Okay.
As a free action, and then he's going to delay his action for the moment.
Okay, cool.
The rest of his action.
Okay, next round, guys, please.
Oh no, that's that one.
Oh, sorry, wrong button. Oh, some nice rolls.
Go.
Cool. Okay, Hector, you're up.
Okay. Can you see the door opening now or not? No, he's turning around.
Make a perception roll.
Make a perception roll. Any modifiers?
No.
One success.
You can see that the door's open, but that's all you know.
Okay. Hector is.
You'll have your move left.
Yeah, I know. Hector is going to move into those seats there, but he can't take cover.
Correct.
I'm assuming.
Okay, and Billy Bob and us are going at the same time. So Billy Bob, do your action, and then I'll do my action, and then we'll resolve it simultaneously.
Great.
So tell me what your action is first.
So Billy Bob's gonna swing his handblade at the guy in front.
Okay, cool.
Situation modifies none. 6.
That takes it down to 3, and then his soak, which I think is -2, I think.
See, I'm trying to keep that third carriage blood free if possible.
That's 7. Okay, yeah, so you whack with your hand blade and it slices across the guy's armor. Okay, but it doesn't actually doesn't seem to penetrate him at all. Okay, and then they release their Ares Predator shots. First one, 3. Dodge.
Do I get a dodge? Yeah.
Yeah.
2.
So that's 9p coming in at you.
Soaking.
Yeah, so that one, it fires at you and almost like point blank range, and it does whacks into your armor and it absorbs by your armor. And then second shot for the next one, this is -2 to dodge it. 2 successes.
3 successes.
Yeah, and the other one sort of like peppers off the sort of like hits the back of this chair next to the ganger here as it goes through. Studley, you're up.
Okay, he hasn't commanded Mother yet, but Studley's going to cast a spell,
Okay.
and he's going to cast it just at the doorway of the carriage.
Show me.
He's going to cast it about there,
Okay, cool.
and he's going to cast Ice Sheet.
Hang on, just 1 second. I just need to check what it actually stops. And once I give you this information, if it does stop it, then yeah, it does not impede spell casting except for spells with physical components.
Right, it's a physical component.
Yeah, so you can cast a different spell. So anything that doesn't have the P in front of it as a type will be able to go through it. But anything with a P is just like a wall. So imagine it as an actual wall.
But even if the spell was being cast as it's not actually going to physically pass through it, or is it the mana that can't?
Yeah,
pass
it
through
says, I'll read it to you, and then you can decide. It says the barrier does not impede spell casting other than visibly penalties, okay, which is -2 because it's acting as light fog, except for spells with a physical components like indirect combat spells. The barrier can be brought down and sustained just by its structure rating. The barrier can be brought down by physical attacks as long as they generate, as long as you sustain it with regeneration. As long as you sustain it, it will generate all its structure rating at the beginning of each combat turn. If the barrier is reduced to 0 structure rating, it collapses and ends. So you can cast it at the barrier if you wish.
Yeah, it won't make any difference because it doesn't do any damage, and it's an area of effect spell.
Okay, got you.
It just impedes movement.
Okay then. So what would you like to do?
Okay, so Studley will instead instruct Mother to help him in spell casting,
Okay then. Cool.
and he will say to Hector,
Get out of the way!
You get out of the way, you fool! Excellent. Adjust initiatives, please. Okay, Hector, you're up.
Okay. So having steadily shouting at him, it's not going to stop what Hector was going to do, which is running to the other side of the carriage on this doorway here.
So once you get up to that point, that is when you suddenly see this shimmering barrier across the carriageway.
Okay. Hector obviously doesn't know what that is, I'm assuming, but he was wanting to hit the emergency release for the door.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Is that a simple action or complex
Yeah,
action?
no, simple action. You can do that. It's there.
Okay, and then he wanted to jump down on the outside of the train.
Yeah, so you press the button and it just goes in, and you just sort of like and nothing actually happens at all to the doors. It just seemed to be absolutely stationary. Billy Bob.
Okay. He's gonna try it again. So he's gonna swing his hand blade at the same dude. Situation modifiers -2.
No,
or is
no.
that
Why you got -2? You don't have -2. I don't think.
same action, but it's
No,
two
it's
rounds.
only when you dodge. Yeah, so you're going to hit your hand blade out to him. So that's currently going to do 14. 14p. -2. So he takes it down to 10, and it sort of like hits into him, and he's just sort of like it generates enough thing to sort of like kill him on the spot. And then this I still have an attack back at you, because remember we're going simultaneously, because we both have the same. So I'm just going to adjust that back, and then let's do this roll. So this is my first attack at you. 1, so you get a dodge at that.
Right. Situation modifiers.
The 0, yeah.
4, 6, 7.
Yeah, and then this is the one that's at -2 because of the repeated action.
Got ya. 2. So -2. 2.
Yeah, so that one sort of like grazes past you as he releases it, and then this one, the one in the front, then so you whack out to hit it with your. He releases his shot but misses, and you stab him, and then the other one fires its shot, and it just sort of like grazes you on the arm. It doesn't do any damage, but it just moves past you. Okay, at the end of that round, you get a message from Athena. She comes over the well, it doesn't actually come over in verbal, it comes over in text in front of your heads-up displays, or wherever it comes on your communications, and it says it comes up that first thing it says is that there's somebody in the system, and it says that this is not an authorized stop. And then she suddenly says, quite worryingly, she says, there's something underneath your tube. Initiative, please, guys.
I like that one.
Sorry, Big. Raining on your parade there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Hector and Billy Bob, it won't matter because you're in different carriages at the moment. So Billy Bob, we'll do you first, and then we'll do Hector. Yeah, Billy Bob, what would you like to do?
Okay, so after he's like thrusted his blade into this one, he's kind of spin round and come straight at this one
Yeah.
with hand blade, and charge for success. Ooh.
Yeah. So this let me just get his count sheet up. Oh, hang on, I've got it up here. I think this is the one without any damage. Yeah. Okay then. So this is his dodge. 1. So that'd be 3. That'd be 12p. That's coming into him. And it's -2, I think. £12p, so that'll take it down to 10p, which means you just like whack it into him, and again this guy falls dead on the floor. And let me just cross him, and yeah, and Hector, it's your go.
So with the normal door release not working, Hector wants to look for the emergency manual release.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's one on the door. You'll have to prise it open.
Okay, not seeing that easily. Hector's just going to delay his action then.
Okay then, and this guy is dead. So Studley, you're up.
Studley's going to use his free action to shout at Hector, "Get behind me!" And he's going to delay his action.
Okay, and what you do notice now is that the guy in front of you, the guy with the briefcase, has dropped his briefcase, and he seems to be trying to swat random things off him, and he's screaming and yelling and just trying to, and you guys are sort of like looking at him and think, what there's nothing there, but he's sort of like like that, and he's dropped the briefcase. Okay, guys, adjust you. Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, Hector wants to use his delayed reaction, if that's right.
Cool.
Action, sorry.
Yeah,
that's right. So he's going to use that to respond to Studley, and he's going to retreat to the back of the carriage.
Okay, cool.
As soon as Studley sees that Hector is actually behind where he's standing, he's going to release a spell.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I want to pre-edge this.
Yeah.
I want to use 6 reagents to increase the limit.
Cool. And get your spirit to help you.
And I want my spirit to help me.
Okay, tell me what the spell is.
I'm going to cast Powerball.
I could do.
Yeah.
At the.
That's a mana. Is that a mana spell?
No, it's a physical spell.
Oh, you're going to fire it at the
barrier. I'm taking down the.
Oh yeah, got ya. Yeah, nice one.
So
it'd be spell casting plus logic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus your spirit's force.
Yeah.
And what did you say you're doing with reagents?
Increasing the
force of it.
What else can I do? Can I have it giving me dice or?
Well, you can use reagents to either, to do your, you can raise it even further, but it won't be connected to your drain.
I'll increase the limit with them.
Yeah, okay, and you're pre-edging it so there's no actual limit. So you're adding.
In which case I won't need. In which case, if there's no limit, I won't need reagents.
Okay then, but you can add
situation modifier.
Sorry,
I'm just going to.
Sorry, you can add them to the force of the spell, but you won't be taking the drain for that. So what's the force of the spell?
6.
6. Okay, so you can add reagents to that force of the spell to increase the force of the spell, but you won't take drain for it. You're just casting it like a force 6.
Can I do that?
So,
yeah,
if I understand it, you can, from when I played Carrot, you could cast a force 6 and then use X amount of reagents. So you could actually be casting a force 8 or a force 9 spell.
As long as it's limited by your magic.
Yeah, as long as you've got, depending on your magic limit, because you can cast spells up to twice your magical limit or your magic rating. So if you've got a magic rating of 6, you can cast force 12 spells.
If I use 6 reagents, it will be cast as force 12.
But you will only take the drain of a force 6.
Right. Okay, so in situation modifier, I'm going to put 6, which is for my spirit.
Yeah.
So the force, I'm putting 12.
You have to be careful because that's going to drain you at 12 unless there's something else further on.
Right.
So
I would put 12.
Yeah, when I did it, I did force 6 and then used my reagents in the situational modifiers section.
Look, I'm just going to cast it. I'm not going to use reagents.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast it at 4/6, and I'm going to use I'm
6 of
pre-edging
you.
it.
Yeah, and then six plus 6 for your.
Yeah. Oh, raise limit by. No, that won't work. Okay. Increase drain. Nothing.
We can check it, don't worry.
Drain resist bonus. Did that edge it?
Yeah.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't, because it says edge 0.
Oh yeah, you can't have had your edge on it. Well, hang on.
The edge is
Did you pre-edge it?
yeah.
One,
the
two.
edge is on. That's why.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, it's got 5 successes. Is that
Right,
over your? But what if you pre-edge it? It takes off the limit, and does it re-roll all your fails?
It re-roll. No, it does explode in 6s.
18, 19, 20, 21. It's rolled 21 dice.
So 8.
That's right, because you've only got
19, 20. Right.
because your magic is 6. Your spell casting is 8, so that's 14. Plus the force of your spirit,
Which is 6.
which is 6, so that's 21, and it's rolled 21 dice.
Plus my edge, which is 5. But because edge is set to 0.
Oh yeah, but that's what I said. What you should do. Hang on, we can do this again. But how many? You should have exploding 6s. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just roll. You've only got 2 6s there, haven't you?
Yeah.
So,
So I need to roll 7 dice.
why 7?
Because it hasn't rolled my edge. I pre-edged it, so I get my edge as well.
Oh yes, sorry. So roll those and then add on any successes from that. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
So-
Yeah, because what you should do is do your edge as normal on your character sheet. Okay, and then change the edge to 0, but not hit enter.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
Yeah. Okay then. So just roll 7 more dice. Yeah. Two. So that's 7 successes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So I'm going to roll this. D6 is greater than 5. It's just left on the troll, don't worry. I get 3 successes, so your power bolt goes up to the thing and just sort of like... no, sorry, you get 8, no, 7, yeah. So you go on, and
6,
what damage do you get? Did you get 7 successes? 5 on your normal one and 2 extra.
Oh, right.
7?
In which case 7, yeah.
Yeah, I got 3. Okay, so that takes it down to 4 successes. What's your damage on that?
It's the...
Does the net successes?
Yeah, so it hasn't gone through it.
No, so it's all like hits the barrier and this goes boom like that and spreads over it. And at that point in time, you see somebody step into the back of the thing. It's the same character as the person you've met, the same token as the person that you've met before, but not the same person. Yeah? That's Mercy out of Translocation. That I think Billy Bob sliced up. It's the same token, but it's not Mercy. Okay? So, Billy Bob, have you adjusted your initiative already down to 6?
No. Oh, I must have done.
Yeah, you must have done. So Hector,
Yes,
you
he did. He did it
yeah.
before.
So Hector, you need yeah, that's it. Okay then. I'm out of it. Studley, you're out of it because yours. Yeah, thank you. So Billy Bob and Hector, you're up. So Billy Bob, you're first. You get the message from Athena as well.
Right. So after taking that out, Billy Bob's going to look around the carriage and try and look through the doors, see if he can see anyone in the first carriage.
Okay.
If not, he's going to run back towards.
Do you want to actually move up to the door, or do you want to look from where you are now?
He's going to just have a quick glance through.
Okay, so roll your perception. Yeah.
Okay. Perception. 2 successes.
2. Yeah, the only thing that you can see up in that front carriage is what was there before.
Okay.
You know, so anything that was visible before is still there.
And I got the message from Fina.
You certainly did. Everybody did. Yeah.
So Billy Bob's going to run back to this door and shout through, "We need to get off."
Okay, so what I'm going to do, Billy Bob, I'm just going to put you on the carriage below, just so we've got everybody. So you're sort of like on the door there, because the door is open, but it just means that everybody's on the same thing. Hector, you're up.
Hector wants to have a quick look to see if there's the emergency hammer to break the window. If you can't see that, he's just going to shoot the window out.
Yeah, there's no emergency. There's no hammer to break windows. You just have to shoot it out. Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. So he's going to fire a shot at the because he's at one corner. He wants to fire at the far end corner to try and break the window.
Yeah, cool.
Simple action. That's going to be an aimed shot. Four successes.
Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, you release one shot and it sort of goes. It fires as if it's firing into almost like bulletproof glass. You figure that this glass in a tube is probably quite strong in any case because of where it is, and it sort of like puts one of those holes in it that when you get a stone that clicks a windscreen or something, it sort of like goes psh, like that, and there's not a hole. It just seems to bounce off it. You can see that this is double glazed as well, so be aware. Okay, guys, that's everybody. So we need new initiatives, please.
Oops, ignore that.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
That's better. 6.
Do you need putting on?
Yes, please.
Yeah, cool. Here you go. And I need to do this. Da, 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 da.
Actually, Studley's going to use a point of edge,
Okay.
and he's going to blitz.
Okay. So you'll take initiative. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm 5d6s plus 6. I'm good.
Okay. Go for it.
Why did it roll 1 when I've put 5 in? There we go.
3.
28.
Damn.
Okay. I'm just working out what one other thing. 3. 3. Oh, let's just do. Plus 3. Okay. Da, 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 da. Where is it?
Never mind.
3. 46 plus 10. 27. Okay. Sorry, Studley, what was yours? 28.
28.
Yeah. And just to let you know, I got 27. Okay. Off you go.
I'm casting the same spell again with my spirit assisting me.
Okay.
I'm also going to pre-edge it.
Yeah.
When it comes up situation modifier, I'm going to put 11 in,
Okay.
and then I'm going to roll any other sixes
Okay, got you. Yeah.
that come up, because otherwise I can't keep track of what's
That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
happening. Oh, Christ.
The force is not with you today.
Hang on, so I've got one.
Look at all
two,
those ones.
Is that a glitch?
No, it comes up for me if it's a glitch.
I can roll one more.
Yeah.
Christ, it's like Mythos. Yeah.
Yeah. And
No
you
need for you to even roll anything. It can't get through your barrier.
and you take 1 point of drain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the
And
mage,
another spirit on my
another what sign?
another service gone on my spirit.
Yeah. The woman sort of like walks quite casually up and picks up the case using a simple action, and then she walks, still using a movement, back, and as she walks down here, she sort of like sways her hips slightly as she goes, and she just sort of like steps out of the car door. You see her step down onto the actual track. Hector, you're up.
Um,
Oh no.
I thought he was muted then.
No, Hector's going to delay his action. I don't know what I can do.
Okay, Billy Bob, you're up.
Okay, Billy Bob wants first of all, Billy Bob wants to look at the do you know the in between the doors?
Yeah.
Is that like a fabric, or is it a solid plastic or something?
There's a gap to get out onto the track in between the doors. Though it has to be, because otherwise, as the train moved round, it's probably that sort of like concertina-y bit. So you can quite easily hand blade it to bits.
Right. So yeah, that's what he wants to do. Then he wants to.
Okay, so just roll for me an attack roll, so I can see how much damage you do.
6.
6. Hang on, let me just roll this.
Maybe I should have edged that.
Yeah, you sort of like whack your hand blade through it, and you can easily cut a hole big enough for you to, for everybody to get through. Okay, can you adjust your... oh, hang on. At the end of this round, you suddenly notice that the barrier, Studley, goes, and this guy suddenly stops moving, and he frantically starts to look around for his case. And you need to adjust initiatives, guys.
Can Hector use his delayed action?
Oh,
please?
yeah, by all means.
He wants to sprint to the end of the doorway down here.
Cool.
Well, when I say sprint, run. Sorry, what's my run?
Yeah, run's just a free action.
Okay. Is the door open or closed?
It's closed.
Then you use a simple action to open it.
Okay, cool. So, next round then, adjust your initiatives. and Studley, you're first.
Studley wants to cast a spell. He's going to do clairvoyance at force 6.
Okay, yeah. Whereabouts would you like to do it?
He's going to have it. Oh Christ, man, on my edge is still on. Just ignore that.
I'll ignore it.
Train.
I didn't even look at the results. How bad was it?
One.
All right. He's going to have it so that it's going. It's just starting before the door and then he's taking it through the door.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna have this got to adjust something. 3 successes. That's the amount of information you see, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it's like by perception.
Yeah. Okay then. Can you open Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then. So that's what you see. Yeah. Did you get that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Studley's going to shout out a warning to Hector.
Okay. What would you like to say?
Watch out!
Poor Hector. Okay then. Yeah. Let's do this. That's all right. That's nothing. Hector, can you please roll your logic and your willpower, please?
Logic.
Can I give him my spell defense?
Yeah, by all means.
That
6 dice.
plus 6. Okay. So that's 12 dice in total. Four successes.
Okay then, Hector, you hear Studley cry out from behind you, and as you get to the door and open the door, you hear Studley cry out behind you, and all of a sudden there's this huge wave of what appears to be like insects and biting bugs and beetles, and it just seems to come out of the darkness ahead of you, and it seems to be all these sort of like bees and wasps and everything, and as it comes towards you, there's almost like a protective dome around you, and it sort of like goes over the dome and then just dissipates as it goes. Whose turn was that? Is that mine?
That was in between Studley's and mine. I haven't had my turn yet.
Okay then, yeah, it's your turn. Go for it.
Can Hector see the lady? Because if so, he'd like to take a shot at her.
No, you can't.
Okay. Hector's gonna use a free action.
Yeah, just out of interest, ahead of you seems to be darkness, and not even your. What kind of eyes do you have?
I have natural low light.
Yeah, not. It's just like darkness. It's not. It's automatic. You're not even your low light can actually penetrate it.
Okay. Hector's going to use a free action to say, "Can't see it. She's gone. Do we chase?" And then delay the rest of his action.
Okay, cool. Billy Bob, you're up.
cutting a hole through there. Billy Bob's gonna scream out, "Got a way out!" and he's gonna jump out through the hole.
Okay, just out of interest, Billy Bob, can you, just as you jump out, can you just make a perception roll? I'm not cheating it as a skill for you, I just would like to make a perception roll.
4 successes.
Okay, keep an eye on the map. Underneath this carriage, you see where I'm beeping?
No.
Oh, hang on. I'm on the wrong layout site. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Sort of like leveled off in 3 places. So probably one here,
Right.
and one here, and one here. You can see this red flash lighting up the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of like going like that, you know, just flashing on and off. Change initiative, Studley, you've got 8.
Yeah, so hearing Hector saying, "Shall we chase?" Studley's going to go,
No, don't chase, no. She's too powerful for you.
Fool of a took!
Pull yourself in next time.
Do you wish to do anything apart from just a free action?
No,
Billy Bob did shout that there was a way out, and the man's still there.
Yeah, so Studley's going to go up to the man.
Yeah, that's his
And,
movement.
is
Yeah,
he on his feet? Is he laid down?
he looks almost like heartbroken. He's searching around for his briefcase, but of course it's not in sight.
Studley's going to say to him,
It's gone, we need to go.
Okay then.
and he's going to try to grab hold of his arm and lead him towards the front of the carriage.
Okay, let's have some initiatives then, please.
Oh crap! Wrong there.
No! My edge isn't on.
Let's roll it normally without it.
10.
Cool. Okay then, yeah, so we're in exactly that order. Exactly that order. So first up is you, Billy Bob.
Billy Bob's gonna shout it, even though he probably knows what it is, but he's not 100% sure. He's gonna shout, "Bomb! Get off the train! Bomb! Get off the train!" And he's gonna start running down the side of the train away.
Give me a direction. Yeah, cool. That's what I thought. Yeah. Move how far? Hector, you're up.
Hector, hearing that, he's going to jump off out the back of the train, and then he wants to run sort of like 10 or so 20 meters up, 20 minutes up the meters up the tunnel.
Yeah, so run's a free action. If you're sprinting, then that is a sprint is a complex action. So
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's going to run as far as he can up the tunnel with his sprint. Yeah, so that's 20 meters up the tunnel, and then he's going to pause, level his gun, and keep an eye out for anything, any persons. If you can see the mage, you want to take a shot. If you can't, then
okay, so as you run up the train track, you come into this wall of penetrable. It's blackness. Do you wish to enter that blackness? Your natural low light eyes are not providing any light in that blackness at all.
Hector will probably hover there, and then use a free action to say, "There's some weird stuff going on down here. I can't see through. Can't see any further."
Okay then. Sorry.
But he's still got his gun raised and ready to shoot at anything that comes out of the
Got ya.
darkness.
Studley, you're up.
Hearing what Billy Bob's has said, Studley's going to start to try pulling this man towards the back of the train, saying,
We've got to get off. There's a bomb on board.
Yeah, he's quite willing to come after you. He's quite distraught at the moment, but he is willing to follow you off the train.
So Studley will move as far as he can on his movement to get off.
Okay then. So as you approach, how far are you running? And what are Billy Bob and Hector? Sorry, Billy Bob and Studley. What are you doing with this darkness that Hector is stopped at?
How far away is it?
It's only about 5-6 meters.
To be honest with you, that's going to be Studley probably won't even get there because that's going to be the full extent of his movement.
Okay, then that's cool then.
Because
even sprinting.
Well, no, sprinting will be 14, but
Yeah.
I think that because he's got to get off, I think he's probably maybe running at. Maybe he's probably moving about 9
Okay,
maximum.
then. So we'll say that everybody, because I think you'll be the same, Billy Bob. You'll probably get to the edge of the darkness because you're coming that longer distance. Okay, guys, can you all roll for me, please, your dodge?
I was gonna ask before you went
Yeah.
into this. Is there any like alcoves?
Good question, and the answer is no. So everybody, just roll your dodge for me, please.
Any modifiers?
No.
Okay.
So that's
I got really excited then.
2,
I rolled it and I thought, I got 5. But then
And yellow dice popped up as well. So
okay
I'm
then.
excited for you.
Now, can you now all please roll your soak?
Oh God.
is there any armor penetration?
No. So Studley, was yours 2 and 2?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You take 8 physical. Tell me if there's anything else that I can adjust it by. You don't have anything else up and running like armor or anything like that?
So there would have been no way that I would have been able to get like behind them to like sort of shield them.
No, not at all. Right, let's do Hector next. 6 and
2.
8. So you take 4 physical.
4 physical.
Yeah, and then Billy Bob.
Mm-hmm.
5 and 7.
5 stun, 7 physical.
No. As your 2 rolls, 5 and 7.
Oh.
Yeah, is that your 2 rolls? 5 for your dodge. 5 for your dodge, and 7 for your absorb.
Is the
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Unless you want the answer to be no, and it's 9 and 9.
Okay, Billy Bob, you take no physical at all. So what happens all of a sudden behind you? The carriage explodes, and because of the orientation of the explosives, it blows the carriage up and then down. And as it sort of like lands on the floor, because it's a confined area, there's a blast wave that comes shooting out and catches you guys from behind. As it hits you, and you take this amazing physical amount of damage as you hit the track. You also notice that as you hit the track, as this explosion happens, the darkness automatically sort of like dissipates. And Studley, you figure it was some kind of a spell being put in place for this part. Your gymnastic roll glitched there, just out of interest, Billy Bob.
So I fell flat on
My
face.
damage was way over my physical limit, so I've probably been knocked back.
Yeah.
Probably
So
home in
yeah. So what's your physical limit?
3.
Yeah. So you're on the floor. Hector, yours probably won't be your physical.
I've got my physical 6.
Yeah. So you're fine. And so you guys sort of like Billy Bob, you just sort of like feel the bash, the shockwave from behind you, and almost like keep running. Because you're sort of like, you take no damage, but you notice that Studley crashes to the ground, and Hector carries on running as well. And this guy does the same as you, Studley. He just sort of like falls to the ground next to you.
Billy Bob's gonna shout, "Wait!" and he's gonna run up to Studley and see if he can pick him up and throw him over his shoulder.
Yeah, hang on.
He's not dead.
I thought you said you took all your physical.
No, physically, it's way over his physical limit. It's how much damage you can take without getting knocked down. So your physical limit's probably really high because you've got a high body and a high strength. Studley doesn't have any of that, so any damage that he takes, it's very easy to knock him on the floor.
Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were saying that you've took.
No,
like,
it's just out. It's just. There you go, guys. Hang on, you won't be able to see it. Got it?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Let me just change something. No, that's cool.
I need to. There we go.
Okay.
So yeah, Hector will help the stranger up to his feet, and call to Billy Bob, say, "Take point."
At which point, Billy Bob goes forward a couple of feet and
Meters, yeah.
yeah, and starts scanning the area, making sure it's safe.
Yeah,
And,
you can't. The corridor, the tunnel, sort of like curves slightly. Curves slightly ahead, and so like the track sort of like turns around. You figure it probably turns around a few times to the next station, but you can't see anything between you and this curve in the track.
Billy Bob's going to stay ahead and make sure. That,
Okay, so guys, remember you will be going back the way you've come now.
Yeah.
that would be to the closest station, wouldn't it?
It would be, yes.
Studley's is sort of like sat down on the edge of the thing. He's gonna reach into his pocket, and he's going to take out some cinnabar, and he's going to try to cast a heal spell on himself, but he doesn't think it's going to have much.
Can you cast a heal on yourself?
I would have thought so.
Let me just check. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Yeah, go for it.
So this is going to do a number of boxes equivalent to how many successes I get, yeah?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
So it's spellcasting plus magic, isn't it? But it's spellcasting plus logic.
Okay. So I'm raising the limit by 6.
6, yeah. So when it comes up, does say raise limit by.
So I get
5 boxes back. Yeah, 5 boxes back, and you
well,
resist.
no, that hasn't done the wound penalty, right?
3
I
box
must have
minus
more
3.
wound penalty. I've got 4 boxes of stun and 8 boxes of physical.
Yeah, so 8 boxes of stun. 8 boxes of physical would be minus 2. How
Right,
much?
that's okay
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
Because 9 would be minus 3.
Okay.
So you get 5. You get 5 successes. So you. Get oh, hang on. Do you have? Yes. No. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
I don't have any. So hang on. Does it do stun first?
No.
or does it go straight onto physical?
It repairs physical injuries, but if you're recovering from physical normally, you have to do your stun first before your physical.
So can I take it straight off physical, or
Yeah, you just take it straight off physical. But remember,
So
you're sustaining that spell now.
So 5 rounds. So Studley is just sat there on the side, having taken these pieces of cinnabar out of his pocket and casting a spell on himself, and his arm, which looked like it was probably broken, and he's got several gashes, have started to mend themselves.
Okay.
So he's going to be stood there for 5 combat turns.
So I think that will probably be a good time to leave it for tonight then, as Studley heals himself and you try to decide where's the best place to go after the explosion. So, so well done. And let's see what happens next week. So, as always, you have the opportunity to say who you are and where people can find you. Chugwugger.
I'm Chugwugger. You can find me here on Tuesdays, where I play Stanley Lovely, aka Studley, in the Shadowrun universe. You can also find me on Saturdays for the Mithras gaming session, where I play Gulliver, the combat mage. Apart from that, I'm normally in Will's channel just hanging out.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And Longshanks EPG.
Hi guys, I'm Longshanks EPG. Tonight you've been watching me play Hector, and yet again one of my characters has been blown up. It seems to be a running trend with one of my characters in Shadowrun. And you can find me next in Will's stream on Saturday night playing Mithras, where I play the character Hengist, the slightly old, grizzled, I say old, he's old for a warrior, grizzled warrior and tank and combat leader of the party.
Excellent. And Big Beastie.
I am Big Beastie. Thank you for watching tonight, and you can find me in my own channel at Big Beastie on Twitch and Twitter and other platforms. Other than that, you can see me in Will's channel, just lurking and just hiding out.
Fantastic. I've been in Wilson. You've been watching us play Shadowrun. And we will see what happens next week when the party are stranded underground in a tube, a tunnel with a blown up tube. But one thing I will say at this point, at least they don't need to worry about the dead bodies anymore. And it remains for me to say, have fun, everyone. And I'll catch you all later. And until then, consider yourself well and truly waffled. Have fun, guys. Bye.
Bye.